Gentlemen, welcome to the league. We have a 1 vs 1 game at the Prussian Hills, and we have here USSR Otoga playing as France versus TheGodZeus from the 4th09 playing as Portugal. Okay, let's see what we have. We have the Portugal player, TheGodZeus. He has a full foot infantry and light infantry army. He didn't brought any cavalry. He has a very defensive formation, and he will use that formation first to defend and probably then and later to attack. He has the numbers. He got 10 foot infantry units, 5 of these cazadores, the best light infantry in the game, 2 militia, a very good general, Antonio Jose Miranda Enriquez. I'm not sure how many stars he has, but he's a 3-star and above. And here we have Otoga playing as France. He have 4 shooter cav, 2 lancers, a voltigeur unit, Swissfoot, a guard seaman, 2 old guards around here, a militia, another Swissfoot, probably 2 militias, yeah. And we have he has Swissfoot, another voltigeur unit, another Swissfoot, fusiliers of the line, and another fusiliers of the line. So, yeah, in a tactical point of view, there are 4 foot infantry units around here and 1 militia inside the trees that will work as a Mitchell in case those guys will try to come down from that hill, and in this formation they will shoot the militia first. But we have TheGodZeus has 4 units versus 1 and potentially second over there, and he has the numbers of course in the light infantry units. So he doesn't have cavalry unit, but he might don't use or need a cavalry over here, though cavalry, especially 1 vs 1 games, can win a game. But it will be very interesting to see how this game will work, and without bringing any cavalry unit. So as I see it now, actually France has a little bit the formation of France is not good. Yeah, let me explain why. Because there's only 1 unit here to defend the upcoming Portuguese troops, which there are 3 as we speak, 2 in the first line and 1 behind them. There is also another one here coming up, and the light infantry. The light infantry, let's see, line of sight. They can give some nice shots to that fusiliers of the line, which are stationary at the top of the hill. And this is a bad position as well, because I think the better position to get your foot infantry is around here. Yeah, because it will be out of any unit's range, and you won't spend ammunition to that militia and shooting the ground as well. So, though there are some cavalry units behind them to cover the French right flank, I think that Swissfoot should get in position right next to that fusiliers of the line. Meanwhile, there is a very strong French center around here with 1 militia, the 2 old guards, the Swissfoot and the voltigeurs. I think that also there is 2 lancer units around here, but I think there's a waste of 2 good units here in the center, except if there is a plan from Otoga and he will try a straight attack here to the Portuguese center, and he will try to to split the two Portuguese flanks in half, and if he will be able to succeed that, then he can turn his flank to his center to overflank the Portuguese center over here and push these guys back. And actually, these guys, the the center here is not that strong. It can be easily be broken. Meanwhile, the Portuguese flanks, they are strong. They are very strong because there are two cazadores around here, three infantry, and the French flank here is not that strong with only Guardsmen and that Swiss foot and one cav round. So, meanwhile, we have an advance here from the Portuguese left flank. Though Otoga is moving his troops a little bit backward, the position that he's taking as we speak is very bad, and also he doesn't use that off power to wheel mode. That means that he will spend ammunition here to that advancing foot infantry, though the TheGodZeus is using that in his favor, to its favor. And now that these guys, they're already shot, they need some time to reload, and that could be very useful for the advanced Portuguese troops. So he needs to come really close. So we have an attack here. The shooter cap, yeah, nice volleys, killed only 5 men, but these guys, they need to push. Oh, he went melee. Yeah, he went melee of that was a surprise. He shouldn't do that. He formed the square just in case, and now he needs to get what he's doing. Yeah. Okay, now the third unit is coming here to shoot that Swiss foot without taking any fire back, because that Swiss foot is concentrated power to that foot infantry which they are in square. He doesn't need to charge, he needs only to shoot at them. Yeah, nice one.
Our men are running, sir.
So the Swiss foot, the Fusiliers of the Light won the fight versus that foot infantry. Impressive. And these guys now, they are broken, and now Otoga, he can really double team that infantry, while the French cav will hunt down that remaining foot infantry, and they can kill them and make sure they won't come back into the game. If he plays correctly the flank, he will be able now to win the fight over here in advance. But he needs to take out that foot infantry because maybe these guys, they can really come back into the game, and I think it's a very good opportunity to hunt them down and kill them. So, meanwhile, Otoga, he won't risk any advance of his troops versus that foot infantry which are in a square, because the cazadores, they are in position and they will shoot whatever comes out of that small area. You see that area over here, and they have the perfect position. I'm sorry about that. So Otoga, he makes sure that infantry won't come back into the game. You can see there's no flag above them, so the chances of coming back are gone. Nice volleys here from those cazadores to that Fusiliers of the Line. They dropped to 40 men. Impressive. Really good shots by that Portuguese light infantry. And Otoga, he will reinforce his flank with another chasseurs à cheval. So, meanwhile, the attacker is Otoga, I forgot to mention that, and the defender is TheGodZeus. And we have already played 10 minutes of the battle. Okay, we have some action here. The France is trying to push the Portuguese left flank by sending one of the Swiss foot around here to shoot that foot infantry, but there are 2 versus 1, and that chasseurs à cheval, they shouldn't have a charge to these dudes. Probably they just shot them, but Overall, there are 2 versus 1 here, and I think it's a little bit soon to do that, because you need some. The France need some reinforcements
Sir!
here to counter
Sir,
that
our
foot
general is
infantry.
under attack.
Meanwhile, that French voltigeurs gave some shots here to that militia. The militia won't be able to defend that light infantry and the general if the French cav will come out suddenly of these ranks. And for me, the perfect plan was to get one old guard at least here and to bring fear to those men, because the Enriquez here, the general, the Portuguese general, he needs to be very close to his men to inspire them, and that the old guard could bring fear to the enemy units, and they could make them look easier than the regular. And without any support here from a cav, that Antonio Jose Miranda Enriquez will be very vulnerable to the French cav. You see that direction over here, and could be very deadly for the French and the Portuguese, because though these guys they do have a very good defensive position, that route over here will be sufficient to cover the French cav from that light infantry below. See, you see the terrain, and a combined French attack from this side and this side will be very deadly for the Portuguese left flank. Okay, meanwhile, we have some action here. We have some voltigeurs that was trying to deploy some stakes around here. They suffered some shots here from the Cassadeurs, but they didn't count any casualties. You see that the militia is shooting at them. They managed to kill two of these voltigeurs. And also, though this Portuguese center is very vulnerable, now the old guard, no, the militia is coming, but I'm not sure what they want to do. They are not be followed by the old guards. Actually, the old guards are turning to the French left flank. The guardsmen, I think this is a mistake. Yeah, I think that France should have kept only guardsmen around here. Use the militia, the shush foot, and the 2 old guards to try to break the flank over here, and use the cav for later use. Yeah. Don't sacrifice at first. The militia could have tracked all the first followers and left the old guards and the shush foot kit to finish that militia and foot infantry. And the general, on the other side, the effects, especially on the morale to that foot infantry unit, will be very good to France. But instead of this, France is doing something entirely different. It's sending all the good units here to the left. Okay, I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Let's see the condition: active and winded. Okay, you see the morale. Those 2 old guys, they can really demolish that foot infantry. They only lead 1 charge. Yeah, push. Yeah, now that they're retreating, they need only 1 push here to form these guys into square, and those 2 units, they would kill them in no time. So, The plan is working good so far for the France, but he needs to make some distractions. For example, one of the distractions should be here on the center. Yeah. And now, this guy, Otoga, lost plenty of time, but now his guard Simino is working, and probably they're gonna shoot who? I'm not sure who. But now is where you need a full-scale attack here to that Portuguese flank. Now, these guys, they have a very, very bad position. So, if I was him, I would have commit a full-scale attack to that flank. Now, it's so easy with a combined attack to kill them all, because that player, he won't be able to form squares everywhere. He will lose something. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And also he needs one of the chasseurs to bring them over here in the back of that dude, because you see that foot infantry is always watching that two chasseurs, and you need at least one of them to split them, because they can't look at this at two places at the same time. It's impossible. So you need to split them. Yeah. So old guards are advancing. And maybe there will be a fatal mistake here, but the coordination of that no, don't charge, that was bad. He charged them, he didn't shoot at him. He shouldn't do that. He should only charge, and the old guy's around, but he needs to charge to that cazadores. The cazadores, they are the biggest threat around here. At the same time, he needs to push the guard seamen, the street foot, bring the cav out of there, push the center, and try to kill those two units. Direct order to that militia and the volunteers to shoot down that infantry, while the cav could handle that militia and kill them. So the Portuguese player, he's going to retreat all the time. Yeah, he's gonna retreat all the time. He doesn't want to meet those old guards, and he brought his cazadores around here to give some free shots to that old guards. Oh, there he is. Now he's going down, but what a big mistake. He sent his several lancers, his lancers first over there. He shouldn't do that. He should have... Oh... He's going with everything, yeah. But the timing is not good. Yeah, it's not good. You see? He should have left that old guy attract all the volleys. So he couldn't lose so many men, and try to kill these guys with a second charge, with a second wave of his cav. Now he lost his cav over there. No, the militia is gone. And also he needs general to boost morale. The old guys can do the job, but he's wasting much time.
Our men are running, sir.
He hasn't suffered many casualties. Yeah. Except over here, but I think that Swissfoot, yeah, is winning the fight. Another one is here. Now there are 3-2-2, but he lost his cavalry units, and that will be very bad for France. That was a bad use of a cavalry unit. Yeah, he didn't play that cav correctly, because if that cav would have come in as a second wave, then all of these guys would have real problems. He should let those old guards to get the first volley, though it wouldn't matter so much, because even the 90 men of these guys, they could really kill these dudes. And now he doesn't have cavalry around here, and he needs to reinforce that flank with cavalry, or use that flank and attack at the same time over here. Though these guys now they are going, and there's a possibility to get shot by the stationary cazadores over here. So Portugal Actually, he's kiting now. He's going back. He's going back. Okay, this is frustrating. Yeah. I know. I know this feeling. Shooting back, but one can say that what shall he do? Stay and fight the old gods over there? But now it's a very good opportunity to shoot that general. If that general dies, then so the militia charge. Oh, we have a charge here from the Shashers. You should go from the rear now. Kill the cazadores, and the Swiss foot will shoot that foot infantry from the rear. So the perfect thing to cut off that retreating left flank is to push these guys over here, try to kill them.
Our men are running,
Take the
sir.
forest for your advantage and push that there he is. The voltigeurs are coming down from the hill and they are ready to engage that cazadores. They're gonna lose the fight for sure, but the reinforcements are coming. The Swiss foot is here and the fusiliers of the line is coming. So another French cav, the Chasseurs Cheval, are coming. The general staff is far away and he still got some reserves here at the right flank. So the voltigeurs are no match for the cazadores. But here is a tactical mistake here from the Swiss foot. They went inside that foot infantry shooting range and they suffered casualties. Though this is a mistake to push that flank as we speak. The goal should be here, around here. That guy, that corner. Also, there is a Swiss foot. Excuse me. They came back into the game, but I think Otoga is not aware of it. So for the time being, I think that the French left flank should rest a bit and get out of that cazadores shooting range and use that flank and attack over here. France is still bad movement here from France, and nice volleys here from the Portuguese foot infantry. These guys, they are ready to die. You see, the guardsmen now and the Swiss foot, they are too close to the Portuguese shooting range, and now with the maneuvering of that Portuguese flank, these guys, the old guys, they can be outflanked by those 3 foot infantry units. I think that's a tactical mistake from Otoga. Yeah, he tried to reinforce his center, but he did it with a very wrong way.
Our men are running, sir.
And now, with that all maneuvering, now the French flank is under trap. Though these guys, they can really kill those 2 units, but they will be suffer casualties here from these 2 units from the side. And I don't know why Otoga is doing this, because it doesn't make any sense. And that might cost him the game. Fusiliers, they're out of the game, and this That Swiss foot is losing precious time to get in place. I'm not sure what they're trying to do. Maybe charge, yeah. You see that thing over there? They're trying to charge, but there is a bug in the game, and these guys, they are not charging, they're doing crazy stuff. But the good thing for that Swiss foot is that these guys are behind that terrain anomaly over here, which there wasn't. They didn't took any shots here from that Portuguese troops. But here at the right flank, the Swiss foot is under heavy fire. That foot infantry is doing a very good job by killing the Swiss foot. They have a very bad position, and maybe they will try charge. It worked once for that Swiss foot, but I'm not sure if it would work for a second time. So the Swiss foot now is out of the game, and the French right flank is compromised because these guys now they can overflank the Fusiliers of the line with the aid of those two units and take the numbers. And I think I don't think it's obvious that the kiting from the TheGodZeus turned the tide of the battle to its favor. To his favor. Yeah. So France now has less units than Portugal, and though France still got some the old guards around, and the guardsmen. I don't think they have the men that they're required to make a full-scale, make a very good defense around here, because they don't have the numbers, and these guys that are wounded. And actually, Otoga, when he's maneuvering his troops, he's too close to the enemy lines, and he's getting shot by those light infantry units. And that was a mistake from his part. Actually, his micro wasn't that good. So the kiting is over for Portugal, and now without all they have to push the flank here versus the French flank over here, and they're gonna win for sure because they don't have the numbers to resist that Portuguese attack. But France is going to do the same. He's not going to cut. He's going to make a line and charge to this Portuguese troops. It's not easy to win the Caçadores in melee. These guys are really good in melee. That's why they are the best the best light infantry in the game. They have very good morale, they have very good fighting abilities in melee, and they have the best shooting abilities and reloading abilities into the game. So the French general will make his sacrifice, his last charge, and yeah, that foot infantry made the square after the last moment, and now he's turning to kill that Antonio. He did a boost morale, and that might give him a help, because the third man, the general, they're gonna turn and they're gonna shoot that the French general. So he managed to save his general. Yeah, and now these guys, they are under heavy fire from 2 units, and the French general is out of the game. So that was the game. The old guys now they are retreating, and the Swiss foot. So that was the game, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to TheGodZeus that gave me that replay, and see you around. Bye.